Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. My friends over at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today I'm going to show you how to do a cast off or bind off when it comes to your round looms. Up until this point in our tutorial series we've been working on these hats, and so at the very end we've been collecting all of the stitches and then kind of pulling it and it comes together. So you can see that they all do that. So you don't have to reduce any stitches in order to make that happen. So it's a really kind of a neat idea and it works really well. But what happens if you have a bag or something where you do not want to have the reduction at the end? Then we're going to do the bind off today. So let's show you how. So what we have been doing is that we've been doing E-wrapping, and so what we do is that we come around and then we just circle and etc. We're now going to change the way that we're going to wrap it in order to do the bind off, and we're going to start on the very first stitch out after you've done a rotation. So instead of E-wrapping the first one, we're gonna come to the outside like this and then back in and hold. And I want you to flip it up, and I want you to take your pick here and just toss it over top of that one that you just did. So you're gonna do that one. Plus then you're going to move this back out. It's probably easier to use your hands and just come on the outside of the next one and back in. Make sure that it's not so tight that you're struggling to do this. Okay, so just it's kind of there so you see a little bit of flexibility, and you're just going to take the next one and toss it over. So before you get too excited, there's more to it. So we just have to do the first two as far as knitting it like this. This is called the U stitch. Now what I need you to do is that I need you to take the second one and put it onto the first one, and this is why your tension matters. So you're gonna take this one here and you're gonna lift it off and you're going to place it onto the first one. Use your fingers to help you and put it on, and then I want you to take this one here and go right up over top of your peg, so you're knitting that one into position. And then you're going to take this one here and put it back over here. Okay, so it's a bit of a step. So now that we've done it once, we do it again. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna go around with the U stitch around the next one, and you're going to knit that. You're now going to take the second one and go and place it onto this peg like that. Then you're going to take this one, knit it, and then move it back. And what you're doing is you're creating a bind off that's happening on this project in real time. So if you're too tight about it, it'll buckle. So you just want to be a little bit loose. Now the way that you're doing this may matter as far as like your ease with it, but you'll get used to it. So you're going to wrap the next one, just let it fall to the outside, or sorry, to the inside, toss over. So you can tell that I always turn the loom upside down. So I'm now gonna take this one and put it over. And now I'm gonna take this one and knit first. And then take this one and move it over. So let's take a look at the work that's happening on the other side. So if you look at it from this perspective, you can see that you're knitting it here permanently so that it will stay in an open motion. So let me just continue to bind off all the way around, and then we'll take a look. So that it's the same step all the way around. So I'm coming all the way around, and you can see so it's not been pulled shut, it's just a bind off, and it's beautiful and it's awesome. Now there is a difference because I just started just cast on and then I bound off right away, so there's why there's a major difference in the look, but also the beginning is also a little bit looser too, so I'm not gonna deny that. So let's finish off, and you will need a tapestry needle just to finish. So you're going to just U-wrap the last one. Okay, and then you're gonna pick it up and then put this over, and then you're officially done. So when you pull this one here, just pull a little bit of slack, okay, and then pick off. So now you're going to just cut this strand a little bit longer than you probably normally would, and what you have to do is that you have to finish this off. So you're gonna have to get it in a way that it will be able to get through. So you need to get this through this loop. So you can either use your tool, you can use your finger if you pull up more space, you can do that as well. Okay, so you're gonna lock that in. So you're just gonna pull through and then tighten. So you want to kind of join it to the very beginning one just to have stability. So that's where your tapestry needle comes into play. And you have to hide in this anyway. So you're just gonna put it through your tapestry needle. So you're just gonna kind of move in the same direction and just sink underneath the stitches. I like to turn it so that I see the back side of the stitch. Okay, so you're just gonna go through, and I'm gonna flip this so that the inside is facing out, just to make it easier for myself. So you're just gonna pull through, and when you pull, you want to make it look like it belongs together. So you don't want to leave that extra space in there like it was showing there just a few seconds ago. So you're gonna pull through one time, and then you're gonna go through a slightly different path back in the same direction from which you just came, and you want to pull. So you're just pulling it taut, but you're not like tying it down like you would tie a boat to a dock. And then finally going in the last direction, staying underneath the stitch work. And when I say underneath, I don't mean to the back side, I mean just right inside the stitches, and therefore you can safely trim that out and you should never see it. So if you flip it back in the other direction, we should not have appeared to have impacted the stitches in any way. So technically this would be longer. I just cut it short just so it's out of the way of the tutorial, but you would take this strand and also do the same thing, just weaving it back and forth on the other side, and that would be how you would do a bind off, and this is how it's done.